Hello and welcome to another episode of O Faces. I'm your host, Mrs. Mocha, and we're back on the Dirty Girls Corner with Carrie.
Hey guys.
Carrie's back in town.
Yes, yeah. We're missing Megan though.
Yeah, Megan had some stuff this week.
Yeah. Shout out to Greedy Slut.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. She had that whole life thing though.
Yeah. She's a mom. I think Steve is going to get her a necklace that says greedy. You know how I have.
I love it.
I have mine that says corrupted.
Mine says hussy.
Yes, so Megan needs a greedy necklace. Yeah.
And I'm going to apologize in advance. I don't know what's happening with my microphone tonight. So if I sound crazy, I don't know what I did.
Yeah. I feel a little echoey, but Mr. Mocha always manages to work out the technical difficulties when he's doing editing, so I trust him.
I hope so, because
I have faith in you, Mr. Mocha.
Yeah, it's literally like weird. See, it's like...
Yeah, no worries. We'll be good. Are we starting over?
No. We did have a mishap. I got a little nervous. I don't even know why.
It feels like forever, right? It's only been 2 weeks, but it feels like forever since we've seen each other.
It does feel like that.
Yeah.
It was actually I guess, because we have, I don't know, I guess we were here 2 weeks ago, but it just feels like longer than that.
Yeah.
When we normally have our weekly visits.
Yeah, I told you I was on vacation time, and vacation time is longer than...
I know, until you don't want it to end, and you're like, fuck, this is the last day.
Until you're back to reality, and then it's like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, so Carrie was on the beach while we were here working our butts off doing a podcast. I'm just kidding.
That was an awesome podcast I listened today. You did a great job. Kinsey and Sapphire were awesome, amazing. Yeah. I can't wait to meet Kinsey. She seems like a super cool chick, and Sapphire definitely is. So, it was a great podcast. I listened to it while I was walking the dog. That's how I get my podcasts in, usually. Yeah.
Yeah, Kinsey's definitely a slut to the 10th hour.
Oh my God. And I love how I feel like, especially the ladies that we kind of feel like are part of our slut tribe, their stories, all of our stories kind of mimic each other, and that you were raised very prudish.
Yep.
You kind of went wild in your teenage years. Mm-hmm. You reined it back in the early 20s, you know.
Because you had to.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't even my early 20s. I didn't make it that far. I got pregnant super early.
But, you know, you had your kids, you had your family, and then there are these amazing men in our lives that kind of encourage us and help build our confidence and want us to explore our sexuality. And I love that everyone's stories kind of mimic each other. And I think the backbone of those stories really, truly are the men in our lives, and how lucky we are to have men that are so supportive and want us to be able to be as open and honest and real with ourselves about how much we want to get fucked and want to
even though they're not as vocal as we are.
Yeah.
They are in spurts.
Yeah.
They have spurts of vocalism.
Yeah. So, no, it was a great podcast. I enjoyed listening to it.
I was super nervous because, like I said to you guys earlier, it's different when you're on the phone with somebody. I always feel bad because I don't know when somebody's going to talk or whatever. But so I was kind of nervous about how it would turn out, only because of that, not because of them in any way, shape, or form. Just because we all couldn't see each other.
Right. Yeah.
It's hard to gauge off that. We've done that before when we had
Scarlett and Anya
on.
Yeah, it's just having everyone. You have to give some time so that people don't overtalk. But no, it was a great podcast. Great job. Thanks. I enjoyed listening to. I can't believe that Sapphire hasn't done a gangbang.
She did a kind of one. At the party. It was on Friday. She did a 3.
Yeah.
She did 3, and then she did, I guess, 2 Saturday.
Yeah.
But I think she just
I feel like anything 3 or more, that's a gangbang.
That's exactly what I said on the podcast.
2 is a threesome, and or what did you call it?
Spit roast. That's really what it's called.
Well, to me, spit roast, though, is a very specific position. And I feel like with two dicks, you can get into a few different positions outside of the spit roast.
That's true. Did you Google that before you came over?
No. You know how I'm all about the DVP, and I want to try it. So that was, if I got two dicks that I want to try that with, we're not spit roasting shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. You should definitely try it. I did it one time. It wasn't bad. Mr. Mocha, just kind of surprised me with it, though, and I did it, and I don't think the guy was ready. I can't even remember who it was with, honestly, but I don't think the guy was ready, and he kind of went down. Yeah. Because their penises do have to touch.
Yeah.
But Mr. Mocha was like, yeah, this is fucking awesome.
That's my concern.
Literally, he looked at me and was like, we're both going to stick it in her pussy. I was like, what? I don't know if I can do that.
Yes,
no.
You can.
Yeah, I did. Obviously, I was fine.
Yeah, that's my concern is the dicks won't stay hard for very long. And, if you're both in there, I want to enjoy that shit. I want to yes.
How do you do that?
What
I
do
don't
you
even
mean?
remember how I did it, honestly.
Oh,
I know I was sitting on a dick.
You're on top, and then you bend over, and you just
stick it the other way. Yeah, that makes so same as DP. Just
stop.
In
my
your
mouth
pussy.
is watering. My mouth is watering.
And here we ho. Here we ho, Carrie.
That might be the top of the fuck it list, but I don't just want it to happen. I want it to be fucking epic. So
sometimes you can't plan out epic. It just has to happen.
Exactly.
Well,
I don't even want to plan it.
Yeah, it just happens.
Yes. So
Steve will coordinate it.
He's a mastermind.
Yeah, he'll coordinate it.
Yeah.
Even if it's not him and another dude, it'll be two other dudes that he'll do. So tell us about your play date on vacay, and then we can talk about what we're supposed to talk about tonight. And I'm sorry if you guys hear rappers. I am eating Halloween candy tonight.
No, she's over here tempting me with it.
No one cares about your judgment. Go ahead, Carrie.
They can judge, don't condemn.
Yeah.
Yes,
no,
big difference.
Because I'm still going to eat it.
Yeah, judge you all day long, but we're not going to condemn you because we understand. Fucking Kit Kat, we get it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so we were on vacation, Gulf Coast of Florida, Gulf of Mexico, beautiful area. If you've never been, I always describe it as heaven on earth. Mm-hmm. So I was already in my happy place. I'm a beach person, and we got on SDC, and I put some feelers out there the week before we left, and had a few different people. And I specifically said we'd be in the area and would like to entertain BBC. I did get a few couples and a few single Hispanic men, Latin men, and Caucasians, but that's not what I was looking for. So.
Well, your ad specifically said BBC, right?
Yeah.
Maybe some people don't know what BBC is if they're new to the site. They may think you want to watch British Broadcasting Channel.
It's possible, but they may also think that they're so amazing that if I take a look at their profile, it might change my opinion. But no. There was no one that amazing that did that. So, I mean, if it's, regardless. So there were a few BBC that I didn't want to go back and forth on SDC. I gave them our kick. And then we just got down there and we got settled in. And I think the goal was to kind of have something every night. But the first night you get there and you're not getting there until late, and then you have the next day and you're in fucking paradise sitting on the beach having breakfast. So it took me a few days just to be like, okay, I'm gonna, and we had our own private hot tub and pool. We were just so I finally reached out to some dudes to see who I could start lining up, and one was available that same evening. And I will say that when I was looking on SDC, this is the first time I've ever done this. I specifically looked for people that had 4 or more validations, because I've just had some experiences recently with either the cock was disappointing in terms of the size that they had kind of promoted.
Portrayed. Yeah.
Or just their experience in general. And
I mean, if you say your dick is 10 inches, measure it before you throw that out there.
right,
I'm saying.
right.
I mean, if it's 8 inches, that might be okay.
Or don't put those. There's just some really misleading photos out there, and my husband is so good at the photography, and he's just got such a great eye, and he'll be like, yeah, but look at the size of this finger or this hand and this. So I really start noticing that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, if they're grabbing it and it's their one hand is covering their hard dick, it's probably not going to be big enough for me.
Yeah.
So I'm on vacation. I didn't want to have a disappointing experience. So I was really looking for people that had validations, because in my mind, validations means other couples or single females have played with this man. They can say that what he's representing here on SDC is truly who he is. Mm-hmm. So I found a few dudes that I kind of communicated back and forth with on Kik. One was available that evening. So I had a couple of shots, took a shower, met him at the door, and he was cool as fuck from the get-go. And, I like tall and dark, and he was very tall and very dark, and he had an accent. So,
oh, shit.
Throw
some icing on the cake.
For me, that just ticks every.
It wasn't like a country accent.
I love how
it?
You're crossing your legs. You're like, damn, that's hot.
Yeah.
So, no. I'm not sure where he was from, but it was hot.
I'm just kidding.
It was. Hi, y'all.
Yeah.
No.
That's pretty normal around the South. So it's not. We're not saying a country accent is not hot. We're just saying like that's like a pretty much a natural thing around where we live. So, and I probably have a little bit of a Southern twang.
Both do.
Yeah. So, it's just not what I want.
Right.
I married a guy from New York.
You want someone from the islands.
Right. You married a guy from New York. Like it's just a different, it's a different thing. So we don't want anybody to take that in a bad way. But countries,
any accent is good.
I don't personally care for one.
Trying to escape your upbringing.
Yes, exactly. I don't want you to be my cousin's brother's uncle's nephew or something. You never know.
I'm always good with the cousins.
I'm bad.
So he was a super cool dude. Normally, when I have play dates at our house, when I have single men come over, Steve's typically not there. And I usually just have someone come straight up to the bedroom. It's very. I have a busy work schedule. My life is a little hectic in terms with work. So when I have people come over to the house, it's very. It's almost kind of clinical.
Yeah.
In between me moaning and groaning and grinding all over their cock and. Screaming out in ecstasy. Everything else is very like, hey, how are you? Do. Bye. That was fun.
Thank you.
Let me get back. Yeah. Thanks for coming over.
Yeah.
So this was a great opportunity to just kind of chill and unwind. And I had my typical really bad reality television on.
I don't want to know what you're watching.
Married at First Sight, trash.
Oh my
trash
God.
Television, trash. It's beyond brilliant.
You ever seen 90 Day Fiancé?
No, but it's close. They're probably just as bad.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I love me some trash TV. And this guy actually knew what I was watching and had just started watching it that season. So we we're like bonding over these crazy couples on Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
And I gave him a tour of the house, and we ended up in like the bedroom, one of the guest bedrooms that we weren't really using, and had a great time. Oh my God. He was just, I really like made out with him, which I don't normally do. I love making out with Steve. Mm-hmm. There are a few gentlemen in lifestyle. Tommy is one of them. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I love to make out with Tommy. Mm-hmm. But I'm just not big into making out. And this dude, he was just sexy, and we had like a chemistry, and
that makes a big difference.
Yeah. I mean, Steve took some photo and video, and I'll be slowly trickling it out
to Twitter. Watch out. Yes. Carrie Corrupted coming soon, everybody.
Yeah, so I will be trickling that content out over the next few weeks, but I was watching the videos of me and I was just like wrapped around this man like a fucking snake. Like my legs were around him, my arms were around him.
So there was like some passion and
oh my
fucking.
God, yeah.
That's always, and the surprise of that is always good.
And he had a great cock and good balls. All of it was yummy, delicious chocolate.
Did Steve jump in?
Yes, Steve helped out a little bit.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
So it was really good.
We're going to start the Carrie Corrupted Horror Show.
That's my horror story for the podcast.
I don't really have any horror stories. Unfortunately, not this week. We were kind of busy. But,
yeah.
I like that, though. I feel the same way you feel, though, when there's like, so as far as the making out goes, I've kind of like flipped the switch on that with certain people. Let me throw that out there, because I think that I've kind of like, I think there's times in the lifestyle, and we can talk about this too, but I think there's times in the lifestyle where you hit kind of a wall of everything that you could possibly do up to whatever fantasy you've had.
100%.
So you start thinking of things, okay, well, what would make this better, or what would they make that better? Because I don't want this to get boring to me. Just like the drinking cum. Yes. And I was like, okay, let me step up my game. But also, I've been looking on Twitter, and I'm like, damn, I'm not a freak. Let me just tell everybody, the real Twitter people, I'm not on your level.
I rarely blow cum bubbles. Let's just put that out there.
I rarely drink someone's piss. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I'm just saying. I saw that the other day, and I was like, is that pee? Oh, my God, that's pee. Okay. And no judgment. Like, do what you do.
No, you can judge. Don't condemn.
No, I'm not judging. I'm just telling you it's not something I personally could do myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to know what pee tastes like. But if that turns you on, that's cool. Or if you're getting paid $3 or $4 grand for it, I might be able to do it.
I mean, if there's a little spurt and it can't be helped, but like,
no, it was like the guy like pissing in her mouth.
No, God.
And his dick was hard. I was like, okay. Anyways, I mean, there's quite a few things that I've seen.
I'm going to start making that throw up.
Just get some water. Get some water. Get some water. So, again, to each their own, as we always say here, it's just not something I could do. And the more that I get into, like, dark Twitter is what we're going to call it, okay?
You're going down some serious rabbit holes.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just get on there to, like, see what people have liked and make sure I, like, comment, or that I at least like their comments or whatever. But it just, it gets darker and darker, which is fine.
Yeah.
But also, I've been on, Mr. Mocha and I have mini vids, which is like OnlyFans, but more kink shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a lot of things on there that I'm like, how, like, again, not a knock against anybody, but there's some things that I just can't do. Like, farting is a fetish. I'm serious.
For the dudes want women to fart?
Yes. Into like the camera and stuff. That's fine. Okay. It's like farting's a fetish.
Let's talk about queefs for a moment.
But wait, it gets better. And then we'll go back to queefs. Burping is a fetish. Popping balloons. Like, I mean, here's the thing. I don't judge anybody that wants to do that. I'm all for it. I'll pop some balloons for you.
Yeah.
I am completely fine with certain things. And the good news about that thing is all the people that ask you to do like certain custom videos on there, they always say, are you okay with doing blah, blah, blah? Like before they say anything else, they make sure you're good with everything, which to me is just as respectful as being in the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like you would think, I guess you just think differently, but until you know like what some of those sites are.
Yeah.
And it's not bad stuff. Like
No.
if you go through it, some of it is very like stuff that we do normally.
Yeah.
But that's like a fetish to them because they're
Right.
more vanilla.
Right.
You know?
I love that people are in touch with what turns them on or what they want to see or
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it might be weird, wild shit, but
Yeah.
God bless them. Get your kink on.
Right. And I mean, you're doing it in the privacy of your own
Yeah,
home too. So
let's celebrate that shit. thank goodness there are sites out there that provide that service, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So the making out, is that like, how do you feel about that? You only do it with certain people?
Yeah, because not everybody knows how to kiss.
Oh, totes. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I don't want you to be like a face eater. Like it's almost weird. Like I don't want to make love, but like I want a soft kiss. Like,
but the funny thing is like everyone thinks they're a good kisser, but not. And I'm sure everyone is probably in their own way. You just have to find someone that the two of you mesh well together. And I think, you know, when I was vanilla, for me, kissing was a really big sign of sexual chemistry. Which maybe that's why I don't kiss as much in lifestyle, because if I'm disappointed by the kiss, maybe I won't give the dick a try.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I do that. I don't know. I just had a
moment.
The light bulb came on. Because I really rarely do make out in lifestyle. There are just very few dudes that I have that desire to do that with. I mean, I'll kiss.
Yeah.
But like full on make out, tongues, like, you know, hands on faces and wrapped around. Yeah, that's very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Well, like I can't deal with like I've had a few guys that like have kissed me, I guess, and that they just use their tongue. Like their mouth is open and they're just moving their tongue, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Like I thought it was supposed to be like a combo of things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm wrong. And then I'll just stop kissing them because I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I stopped kissing a long time ago, too, because of the same thing. Because I felt like, okay, that's like something between us or whatever. And
I'm fine. And Steve is really big into making out. And that's one of his favorite things to do in lifestyle. I think, you know, Steve loves to make out with ladies.
Yeah.
He loves to kiss and he loves to make out. And that's, you know, I'm 100% fine with that for him. But for me, it's just, you know, I like in the dick.
Right.
So, but I think with the guy that we met on SDC and that we had over at the beach house, I think it was because I took that little bit of time with him. You know, 30 to 45 minutes of just having a couple of drinks and getting to know him and just kind of be like sitting on the sofa being silly. And plus I was out of my element. I wasn't in my own home. I didn't have to worry about a dog barking or a kid coming home.
Right,
you
right,
know?
right.
So
there are no distractions.
Yeah, I think that was just gave me a really good opportunity to build some chemistry. And he was obviously really into me as well. So I think that helped in terms of wanting to make out.
Yeah.
Those kind of moments are so fun and so unexpected. The making out thing, I'm totally okay with. I'm starting to think, should I change my whole when I have people over?
That I only
should I have people? Should I like actually sit down and let's have a little conversation first and unwind before we just
remember
go to it?
That I told you before that I was like your MO, where I just would like bring them in and like go to fuck and whatever, and now. Like, I can't do that. Like, I could if we were, like, on a time crunch maybe, but I don't do that like I used to do. Because I literally, they walk in, but it was the same situation. We had kids that lived home. You know, like, I was working or I only had, like, an hour to go, so it was very rushed and, like.
Yeah.
But I like being able to sit down and talk to people and kind of see where their head is, because if you seem kind of, like, boring, that's probably going to say something about you in the bedroom. Unfortunately, not always, but there's been a few times, because Mr. Mocha does vet most of the guys that I talk to. There's been a few times where I'm like, well, did you talk to him on the phone? He's like, oh yeah, he's super cool.
Yeah.
Nothing. Mr. Mocha is very easy though. And he doesn't always know what I like.
Yeah.
He knows like the type of guy I like for the most part, but he doesn't always
there
know.
Could be one little thing though with that particular person that he's unaware of.
Right.
That you're just like, dude, don't ever.
And I think sometimes too, when they're on the phone with him, they want to impress him. So they're not going to be like super boring. But I've even said to him like, hey, this guy on the message seemed like kind of boring. I don't know if I really be. And of course he would get here and it would be like a flop. And I'm like, and of course I don't blame him for that. I mean, he tried. He's putting his best foot forward to give me some dick. So I'm not mad at him about that. It's just, you know, it was really it's disappointing in the end. And it's not because of what they did. It's just because you're, like I said, I'm all over the place. But
well, I'm thinking, the whole having people come over and sit down and let's, get to know one another, which I try to do. I used to go out and meet people for a drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so those experiences were good because I'd meet them for a drink and I'd kind of, we'd chat for 30 or 45 minutes and I'd realize we either had chemistry or we didn't. And if we didn't have chemistry, I was honest and would just, let them know, I'm not feeling it. Good luck to you. And everyone was perfectly fine with that. They were super nice. The people that I did have chemistry with, then I'd have them come over for a play date. But even some of those were still, it's just, I don't know. It's different. I don't know what the term chemistry means to, I think it means something different to every person, but
yeah, that doesn't mean you're in love with the dude or chemistry is just a spark and you'd get along with that person.
I just want us to rock each other's world while we're fucking.
Yeah,
and it's just,
exactly.
Yeah, we just have a really fucking amazing time and you make me orgasm
You're saying that like you're getting fucked right now.
Yeah, 7 or 8 times, and then, I'll take care of you.
Yeah.
But no, I think, chemistry it's always challenging, but it was fun to have that play date and kind of do it a little differently because it does give me some new perspective on maybe I should change it up in the future.
Right.
But we do have a crazy dog at our house, so she makes it challenging.
Yeah, like the time she almost ran up on me.
This bitch in my house.
Oh my God, I jumped so fast on your barge chairs. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So
she's just a grumpy old lady.
She is. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll change the attitude on the play dates. But the making out was super hot and look at us trying new things. Always, you're sucking down cum like a true professional, professional.
I know.
Yes,
I know.
I'm making out with strange men and genuinely
having a
enjoying
good time.
it. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that's what made it. And I hate keeping going back to the parties, but that actually was what made it so easy to do the parties because I did fuck all the guys, but. Some of my friends fucked them too.
Yeah.
And I hung out with them.
Right.
It wasn't he came in and fucked me super well. Like I hung out with them several times before.
Right.
We were like, oh yeah, he's super cool. Like you.
Yeah.
Super cool, super respectful. I mean, most of the guys at the party.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You guys just bring in quality people. And I think you bring, your energy brings other people with similar energies together, and that's just a great place to be in lifestyle.
And most of the guys are very good people readers, I guess. They know what each chick likes or doesn't like.
Yeah, and when not to be aggressive.
Right.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome.
Anyways.
Feels like forever. That party feels like forever ago, but it really wasn't. It was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I miss it already.
I know, jeez.
I'm already ready to whore it up again.
I just had a play date yesterday.
So sad for you, Carrie.
I told you that, right? Oh, yes, I did tell you.
Yeah, you did.
The regular. Yeah.
I actually think I had a play date last week. Was it last week? Last Monday, I think.
Oh, nice. Someone new?
No. It was the regular. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. I gave him too much alcohol. No one's surprised there. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I'm looking over here at your bar.
That was from Saturday.
That's awesome.
That was from
vanilla birthday party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nothing compared to what it normally looks like. So anyways, good passion, all that other stuff.
It was hot. It was fun. And like I said, I had my regular play date yesterday. So I'm in good spirits. Do you see my feet? This is what BBC does to me.
Oh my
I do the
God.
happy dance.
So that brings us to our next conversation.
Oh, what's that?
So we're going to talk about like you basically already said it. How do you look for guys? Mm-hmm. You said SDC or wherever, and you usually meet them you don't always meet them for drinks, do you?
No, I mean, I can go through my whole little process. I think a lot of couples, especially couples that we know, typically when you're dealing with a couple on SDC, I think for most people, you're dealing with the man, the husband, the male partner in the relationship. That we're the opposite. I am the communicator in our relationship. I'm in marketing. So
yeah.
I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm not looking for. So I'm typically, if you're communicating with us on SDC, you're communicating with me.
Yeah.
And we're, I'll throw out our SDC name. We are the number 2 corrupted. Shocking, I know.
Right.
So basically, if we receive messages from someone, I'll read the message or the email. Mm-hmm. I will take a look at their profile. I will look at the pictures. Mm-hmm. I read the profile. Mm-hmm. I look at their height.
I'm dead. Though, on those sites, I can say it is a physical, it really has to be like there has to be some type of physical attraction there, because all you're seeing is photos and a profile, like profile pictures. Mm-hmm. And there are some that don't have the person's face and we've talked about this. I think the first episode Steve and I did with you guys, we talked about kind of the do's and don'ts for single men and lifestyle, right, in regards to their profiles especially. But I do that for everyone. If it's a couple, I look at the dude's height. I'm height. She's a height whore.
I really am.
Steve's tall though.
I know, which means that like people that are like, dudes that are 5'8", I should be all over, because who gives a shit? I got a really tall husband.
But, no, I mean, that's what your type is, obviously.
Yeah. But you know what I have noticed? God, I hate making stereotypes, but I'm just saying the shorter dudes usually have really big dicks.
That's a fucking understatement. I literally was, so I don't know.
And so it's like, okay, I know this.
Yeah.
So why don't I just fuck the shorter dudes?
But it's not always the case, though.
It's still like I'm physically attracted to the taller gentleman. And when I say taller, I mean, I'm a short little thing. I'm 5'3". I'm short. Yeah. I'm short. But I like...
Well, 5'8" short for a guy.
I like 6 foot and above.
Mm-hmm. It's like a safety blanket.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Mocha's not that tall. But
he's like 5'11", though. Yeah. He's right there. He's right there. And I like height, and I like to be, even when I'm wearing like 4-inch heels, I still like to be like teeny tiny next to my husband. Yeah. It's cute. Yeah. So, yeah, that's one of the things that I immediately look at is the guy's height. It's not to say that I won't, play with or be attracted to or even respond to dudes that are a little shorter than what I like, but it's definitely something that I notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm shallow. Sorry, guys.
I don't think you're shallow. You just know what you like. Yeah. I wouldn't say that.
Well, really, I mean, we are. I mean, the goal is to fuck, and number one key of fucking is physical attraction. And if I'm not physically attracted, I'm not physically attracted. There are always those dudes that will turn it around, though. Dudes that couples that you meet at Trap, and Steve might be into the wife, but I'm just like, I'm not feeling him, or vice versa.
Right.
And then we get to know them over a couple of more meetings, just, hanging out at Trap, and you're like, holy fuck, these people are awesome.
Is that what happened with us?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Steve was like, we told you. Steve called you. He's like, that's like taking your driver's exam in a Corvette. Like, I got to work my way up. Yeah.
And even though he's married to fucking Carrie, okay?
I know, but like you have a completely different energy than I do. Like at the club, you're just like naked, like what? Like full on, let's go. And I'm a little bit more reserved at the club. So I think he was a little intimidated, but
It's fine.
Look at you guys now.
I know.
We're all just besties. Yeah, so that's kind of my process. Like and I try to respond to everyone. If I'm not interested, I let people know, thanks for reaching out. We're not interested. I'm not interested. And most of my interest, obviously, if people haven't figured out, is BBC. But there are couples that reach out to us that we if Steve and I find both of them attractive, we'll definitely, try to connect with.
It's literally so hard to find a 4-way connection, though.
Absolutely.
Like,
which is why
almost fucking impossible.
Which is why, I'm definitely the whore in the relationship, so it's just easier to fuck with single dudes.
Yeah.
But we do, you guys, obviously, Megan and Tommy, we have other couples that we genuinely enjoy playtime with.
Right.
But for us, couples just aren't the end game.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
Either or.
Yeah.
Like, as long as everybody's good with it, we're like, okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's do this.
You guys are pretty hot, and
what do you consider yourself?
Well, I mean, I think I'm attractive, yes, but you guys have put off like this awesome sexual energy, and Mr. Mocha is just slinging that dick around.
This coming from the lady married to Steve again. If you guys remember me describing Steve, like literally walked in and he's fucking swag and smells good and his hair is like fucking perfect, and then he's got like this awesome voice on top of that, and he's tall.
Yeah.
So she gives off, it's just a different type of vibe.
Yeah, we give off a different
They're
vibe.
very classy slutty, and we're just more...
You guys are sport fuckers.
Yeah, we're sports slutty. I guess is the best way to put it. Sporty sluts.
You're sporty sluts. Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to give
classy
me some dick?
sluts
Cool.
and sporty sluts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
we like fucking a lot of people.
Yeah, so that's kind of my process, and I, obviously I get a lot of DMs on Twitter. I just started an Instagram account for Carrie Corrupted as well. So shout out if you want to follow me. Same handle, Carrie Corrupted on Instagram. So I'm getting messages on there as well. But the thing that I love about SDC, and we should be getting paid to endorse now.
Yeah, no shit. Quite a few companies.
Yeah.
Trapeze. We're
SDC.
calling you out.
But the thing that I love about SDC are the validations. And like I was telling you earlier, the being able to see that other people have met this person and they're real and they had fun with them, or if they say things like he's got a big dick and he knows how to work it, I'm like, okay, all right. So the validations, I think, are key. I don't like when people assume that we're going to validate them, because I don't give my validations out willy-nilly. I
mean, I give them, if we met them and we know they're a real person, we'll validate them. We just won't put that we played with them on the validation. So yeah. Sorry, my basement is creaking.
Like, is someone breaking in?
I don't know. Maybe the dog's doing something.
Yeah, that was weird.
But yeah, so...
Spirits be gone.
Right. So it's Halloween. It's October. Anyways, but I will give them a validation if we've met them in person and they were nice. Even if we didn't play. That way people do know that they're real. And I just put, this is a real couple. They were super nice, da-da-da.
Yeah, and STC has that kind of default validation that's kind of like, I validate that this person is real.
Yeah.
And, so I think that was something that I hadn't really thought to do in the past. But it's become more important to me because I just don't want to have, I don't want to say disappointing experiences, but I don't want to have disappointing experiences.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get that.
Poor Steve. I'm like, ugh. He's like, how was it, babe?
Literally. Mr. Mocha is the same way. As soon as he like sees my face, he already knows like what just happened before it even really happened. And he's like, what the fuck? I thought the guy was good. I'm not saying that I fake it.
Well, I mean, first of all, look who we're married to.
Yes.
We really are very spoiled and very blessed and quality men that we are married to.
Right.
Same for Megan. Right. Quality man.
Yes.
Quality man.
Yes.
So we are spoiled. So our expectations are high. And you know, it's funny with me because it's different with every person. It's like some dudes that kind of, you know, do the jackhammer, jackrabbit kind of sex. Normally I'm not into it, but with some dudes it's like really hot because their dick is just in there perfectly and it's hitting a good spot. And other dudes are more kind of like slow and you know, they build up to it. And I can't even say that there's a certain way to fuck me that's going to get me off because it's different with every dude. And I think it's really dependent on how his dick fits in my pussy.
I'm dead.
Like,
you should be an erotic story writer. I'm serious.
50 Shades of Carrie. Yeah. But no, legit. I think it's not really the position for me. It's finding the right dicks. And I think that's why I like the regular so much. Yeah. Because he's got that python dick.
Yeah. Anaconda.
Oh my God. And it's got some weight to it, first of all. I mean, damn, I love a heavy cock. Like, club me over the head with your dick, like Captain Caveman, just like, boom, and then drag me away.
And see, I'll let certain people do that, but that's never for a first go-round for me.
Well, I'm not being literal. I mean, they can smack it on my face.
I guess I was. But not for the first go-round.
Yeah, and I mean, they can smack it on my face a little bit. Oh, I love it when they smack it on my clit and make me squirt.
I told you I've been squirting lately, right?
That's awesome.
I don't know what changed.
I think that all of our little horror biologies are syncing up and we're all like starting to like, we're just been spending so much time together. Yeah.
Maybe that and the Cialis.
Hello, that you should have led with that. I think that's probably what it is.
I don't take it all the time, just for parties.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not horny.
I don't know what it is about a dude, and it can't be any dick. Like, it's got to be a dick with weight to it. But there's something about a nice heavy dick being slapped on my clit. I just go fucking wild.
Yeah.
And I squirt everywhere.
Yeah.
And normally for me to squirt, it takes like, you know, the dick's got to be up in there hitting that right spot, or they've got to have their fingers kind of hooked up in there. But there's something about the dick on my clit, and it can't be a hand, it can't be your tongue. It's just something about that dick, just like you just said on the microphone. Yeah. Oh my God, that gets me off.
It depends on how sensitive my clit is that day. If it's like really sensitive and guys like hitting it too hard, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I have to tell them like to stop.
Yeah.
But usually I can take it.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because I usually just take whatever.
Yeah.
And then like when I'm done, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that position. Oh, well, we're done. No,
you do whatever feels good.
I mean, I do that. Like, there are certain things that I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like a finger in my ass when I'm getting fucked. It does not do anything for me.
Gotcha. Noted.
Yeah, really. Everyone knows that. Like, I just don't like that. Because I like my asshole to be super clean. We've talked about this. And
you're dirtying it up.
Well, and after a night of drinking and like eating food and stuff,
yeah,
you don't know what's gonna happen,
right? Yeah.
So if I know I'm gonna get fucked in the ass, even if I'm drunk and I'm using the machine, I've usually cleaned my ass out again.
Yeah.
Damn. So it just doesn't.
You have like the cleanest asshole in Atlanta.
Porn star prep, man. I'm telling you, I'm so fucking paranoid about that. Who wants that?
Oh my God. I always do the butt plug, so.
Yeah.
I mean, that does add a whole other. I don't do the butt plug at your parties, just because I'm here for. I mean, I don't want to leave a butt plug in that long.
Why?
It starts to get a little painful, quite honestly. After
is it like the rubber one?
No, it's stainless. You know how Steve is with the stainless steel.
Dude, I told you about the one that got lost in my ass.
Yeah. No, mine has a nice big round. There's no.
So mine does. It has a round thing, but it has like this almost like a rubbery thing to like keep it from going in.
Yeah.
So the stainless steel one was like a size down from that that I used. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Mocha was like fucking my pussy.
And I just sucked right in there.
I got a little relaxed. We sat up and I was like, oh. He said, don't move.
Oh my God.
And he got it out.
Thank
and
God.
I thought
Thank God for husbands.
I was a lot of drunk.
Oh my
and
God.
I was a lot of relaxed. So note to self and everyone out there, make sure you get the one that can't fly in.
That's an episode of Sex Sent Me to the ER.
I couldn't imagine if we would have had to go to the hospital.
Oh my God.
I would have, yeah.
You're at the proctologist office or whatever.
Yeah. I don't even, I mean, I probably wouldn't be embarrassed.
That's
I don't know.
too funny. That's too funny.
Yeah, so.
No, I don't do the butt plugs at your parties just because I don't like keeping it in for that long. But
I mean, you could go in the bathroom and like take it out.
I know, but you know me. I get very set in my ways. So, anyway.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. No finger up your ass. But
yeah, don't put a finger up my ass.
Yeah. So, I don't even know how we got started on this
I don't
conversation.
Either. I forgot. Sorry.
Well, we were talking about, you were asking me what I was looking for on SDC. So what's your SDC process? Do you really
want to know?
Yeah. Well, who did people talk to? Is it you? Is it Mr. Mocha?
Both of us.
Yeah.
Just depends on who sees it.
Yeah, you both are kind of on their you both are really great at that.
Yeah.
Kind of monitoring everything that goes on with your social channels and everything lifestyle related. I basically tell Steve this is what's going on, and then once he feels like he needs to get involved, he'll get involved. But other than I'm like, hey, I'm going to do a gangbang, and he'll be like, okay, well, let me know what day and time we need to show up and who's going to be there, and so
usually I like talk to them, and then Mr. Mocha will put them on like a group message on Kick or wherever we decide to do a group message, and then I talk to them for a little bit, and then I have like a phone conversation. Then Mr. Mocha has a phone conversation with them and just kind of tells them like the do's and don'ts, and then if you get past that, then you come over.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you look for people on SDC, or do you wait for people to reach out to you?
It's both ways. Mm-hmm. It just depends. Honestly, like since we've been doing the podcast and more Mocha stuff and Twitter and like all that other stuff, I haven't been on SDC as much.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Because we've had quite a few options. And since we've done the parties, like, I mean, I haven't had to be on SDC as much, I guess.
Right. Yeah, this was the first time we'd been on SDC in a bit when we went out of town just to kind of start lining some people up. Steve did reach out to some people on a couple of other sites or something, but like I said, with SDC, I love the validations, and I love, knowing that these people are real and quality people, which this guy was. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Have you actually met anyone from your Twitter DMs other than like some of the people we already kind of know? Yep. Okay. I actually was gonna meet up with a guy from Twitter that seemed like super awesome or whatever, and then I don't know if it was like an excuse or what, because we were still kind of new to Twitter, but it didn't work out. Yeah. So I've talked to some guys that are on there, but I haven't like brought anything up. I've had a few guys ask if I wanted to like do OnlyFans stuff with them or that type of stuff.
Yeah, same. Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
I get a lot of dick pics. Which I'm going to be honest, I fully appreciate. I'm not one of those women that hates on dick pics. I love a good dick pic.
Yeah.
100%. But the chances of me reacting and being like, oh my God, I've got to fuck you right now.
Yeah.
Slim to none.
Yeah.
Slim to none.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say. I don't want to disappoint anyone out there.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just... You know, we live very busy lives. We're lucky and blessed to be able to do what we do.
Yep.
When I'm looking for dick, then I will certainly reach out 100%. The ones that kill me are the ones that aren't necessarily local. So
they're from another country.
Yeah, well, not even another country, like another state, far, far away. So, you know, I wish that I had all the time in the world to take all of these beautiful, wonderful dicks that are being sent my way, but I just don't. So, it's rare for me to respond to all of those. And I mean, I'm going to be honest. I've had a couple of DMs from people that seem a little young, and
I already know what you're talking.
I haven't responded to a lot of DMs recently because quite honestly, guys, I'm just getting a little paranoid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be conversing with someone who is
younger,
18 years old. No offense. I realize that's legal, but I just don't trust that.
Hard pass.
Yeah. 21 to me is even a little challenging.
Yeah.
Because I just can't trust what I'm seeing on Twitter when you look like you're a child.
Facts.
So I haven't, if you have sent me a DM recently and I haven't responded, it's not you, it's me. I've gotten a little.
If you look like you're 12, please don't reach out.
I've gotten a little, what's the term? Trigger gun shy.
I think that I need to put, Megan has on hers, but I
Mine
need to put it
says
18 plus. I need to put that actually because we don't have ours
that,
as that.
But that's just something you add to your name. I don't think it's any sort of like actual. I doubt that it has any sort of legal.
I wonder if it actually like flags you if you do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I just. Yeah, I feel bad because I have been getting some messages, so I need to go through them and respond. And I've gotten a ton on Instagram as well, but I just, you know. I
can't expect that so popular Carrie to answer.
I was trying to be nice and like respond to everyone, and then when I started getting into these conversations with gentlemen who seemed quite young, I was like, yeah, no, I'm
hard pass.
No. So, I will get around to responding.
You know,
to people.
They have like undercover.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't know if we should talk about that, but
I don't want to be, on Dateline.
Yeah, exactly.
How to catch a predator?
Right, exactly. So
I'm not a predator.
Yeah,
I'm just a slut.
Right, but if you respond to some of that stuff, it comes up.
Yeah, so that's why
I don't blame you.
I've been a little hesitant. So my bad. But
if you send a picture of your ID, that's your name and your real address.
No, I'm not going to get that straight. I would love to know how people with these crazy numbers of followers, like Kenzie and Sapphire and Scarlett, and I think Anya's got like tens of thousands of people following them. How do they manage it? It's a lot, I bet.
I think at that point, and I'll just be completely honest, I don't think I would answer DMs at that point.
Yeah.
I would probably just have to turn them off.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because there's no way,
I have done that a couple of times because I literally have no willpower, so that if I do get on Twitter and I see that I have messages, I can't help myself. I do have to click over and at least, take a quick peek. So it's, I did turn my DMs off for a while. I was just like, you know what, let's just focus on putting out hot content that people enjoy and that, people love, and just go from there.
Well, shit, I know there's one girl, I think she's a sub girl on Twitter. she's got like 300 something thousand up followers. I could not imagine keeping up with that many like DMs if that's even possible.
Oh, right.
I would have to have like a whole fucking assistant.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So you can't expect people, to really respond that.
Yeah.
To that many people.
But, I think I speak for all three of us, me, you, and Megan. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. We definitely appreciate the DMs. We're reading them. We're looking at them. And we love all of the support. And, we can't wait to crank out more awesome shit.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thanks for having me. Loved it.
Goodbye from the Mochas.